Okay, so I lost the last part of our recording, and by the time we finally got around to recording Bioshock again, the remaster is already out, which we are now playing. We are playing Bioshock 1.
I still absolutely love how you planned for this to be like a let's play through Bioshock 1 before the remaster comes out.
And then the remaster came out.
We get like what? 2 episodes out before before we just switch to the remaster. Wonderful scheduling there.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
There were
wonderful job.
Issues with me being unmotivated to do this, and then when I am motivated to do this, the bad PC port for Bioshock decides not to work anymore ever. And so finally, and then also like, okay, so this remaster, Bioshock's a great game. Like, there's no denying that. But man, the PC port is not good, and this remaster feels like a graphics mod over the original PC port. Because
I do agree with that completely.
Because I don't want to even say a graphics mod, because the graphics aren't updated in any way. Like, obviously there are small like differences here and there, but for the most part, they will just take assets already in the game and move them around. Like, put more plants here.
So when I came in here, and before we began the recording, I entered as you were entering the medical pavilion and everything went into lockdown mode. Since then, the only changes noticeably regarding graphics are the outside windows, like you just showed.
Yeah, it looks like there's more volumes and stuff. Like, it looks, obviously that's like a 2D image out there.
Yeah, obviously, but it looks slightly better.
Yeah.
His hand for plasmids, the like effects on his hand
you
are
can see
a little more detailed.
Yeah, there's more effects, and then also the FOV is scaled back.
The FOV and the hacking minigame. That's all I've been able to notice.
Yeah, it's
not that good of a graphical improvement.
Yeah, it's like, for the, I mean, obviously, like, this game still looks good, and this remaster also looks really good, but that's by virtue of the fact that the original has such a strong art style. But it's like, as a remaster, they could have maybe done a little bit more work, considering this is one of the greatest games ever made. Maybe, you know, remastered in the Bioshock. I mean, I have no idea how to remaster a game, but I know that if I was in charge of this, I wouldn't just, like, I'd do sort of like what Halo did, where they had, like, a new graphics engine overlaid over the original game engine. So everything was the same, like, all the AI worked the same, everything was the same, but it looked significantly better from a visual standpoint because it had a new graphics engine overlaid the original game. And then, you know, yeah, but I also have been trying out Bioshock 2, and man, Bioshock 2 is really fun as a game, just not as a Bioshock game.
I agree with you completely. It's a good game, but a bad Bioshock.
And it's like, I think, like, some of the elements of why I don't like it as a Bioshock game is I don't think the story is very good. I don't think the antagonist is particularly interesting. She just comes across as, like, really wanting to be the next Andrew Ryan in terms of the writers, what they wanted her to be. Like, they really wanted her to live up to Andrew Ryan's legacy.
She just completely failed.
Yeah, instead she was just kind of, like, babbling about, like, modern psychiatry and like ethics and stuff, and like, and the thing is, it's not like even clever. Like, if you listen to the things that she says, it's kind of like, there's like, in fact, there's this one audio recording where the villain in Bioshock 2 is having a discussion with Andrew Ryan, and like, Andrew Ryan says something where he's like, you know, you say that this is all by mysticism, how Rapture was created, but look around you, this was not mysticism, this was not like a work of like God or something, or a utopia. We made this, men made this city a reality. And then like, she said something about, you're just an old hag, like, get lost, Ryan, like, it's raining in Rapture. And then everyone in the crowd began cheering. I'm like, why? She didn't really have, he's right. like he made Rapture, not like some god.
I remember what I think it was is that I agree with you. I'm going to say this first, that I agree with you completely. I remember that audio recording, and it was complete crap. It was complete crap. But what I think the developers were trying to go for was that the argument was more of Andrew Ryan saying that we made the city, which means it is going to last forever because we made it.
Okay,
and then it's raining in Rapture, aka everything's leaking and breaking, and everyone's like, oh, Ryan, you got dunked on.
Okay, I get it. All right, I guess
I agree with you that they didn't do it very well, but I think that's what they were trying to go for.
Everything that she said was like, it came across as like a guy like who thought he was really smart, like studying.
I agree.
Like someone who maybe just started a philosophy class but didn't actually like begin really getting deep into philosophy, because all the stuff that she presented as like, you know, you got to think about this, you got to think about that, it's like really basic stuff, like nothing that's gonna hurt your head. Where the stuff that Andrew Ryan says, you really feel bad for him, because it's like, at its core, Rapture totally makes a lot of sense, like the city and what it stands for.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's, you know, and then it's kind of like interesting to see like Ryan try to create this city that's going to be free of like the modern world and stuff and all the problems with the modern world and the way the government runs things, but basically, like, he became so egotistical and stuff that he kind of made Rapture like the top world. Lots of corruption, lots of just like moral gray areas where they're doing things, and it's like this is kind of like not great what you're doing.
The way that I kind of saw it was that, like how you said, Ryan became a bit too egotistical. But the way...
Obviously, we don't want to talk about spoilers for the game and stuff, you know? So this is all just in the past of Rapture.
And then also remember that I have read the Bioshock book.
Okay.
So...
Is it a good book, or would you say it's like... It's clearly a cash-in. If they clearly made it because they wanted you to buy it because it has the name Bioshock.
It was well done and very well made. However, don't go into it expecting something that feels like Bioshock, because it's not so much. The beginning of it is basically, the first few chapters are pretty much Ryan planning, creating, and hiring the people to build the city, and then it's basically, it just keeps jumping perspective here to there to here to there, going from different people's point of view as the city's beginning to slowly collapse. And you get to watch how the city fell from multiple perspectives.
Okay.
So it's not so much a book about Ryan as it is Rapture.
Okay. I don't know, that's...
If you're into that kind of stuff, it's definitely a really, really good read, but if you're not, then don't read it.
Well, it's like, I'm wondering, is it... Because, like, obviously, it is a cash grab, like that book.
Yeah,
they just made it because it has the name Bioshock and they want you to buy it. But, like, would you say it's, like, a cash grab that you can walk away from with new knowledge?
I would guess so. In all honesty, I don't remember it that well. I read it a few years ago. But I would say yeah, to an extent.
Okay. So it's not like the Doom novelization or something where it's very obvious that it wasn't because a passionate artist wanted to make a novel about the video game Doom.
No, definitely. At its very core, yeah, it is a cash grab, but if you like the style of writing, it's worth checking out.
If you just want to know more about this interesting world and this interesting character.
I do remember particularly that there was this one chapter that was following an electrician, and it was going over him as he, goes about his job, and you get to see, like, quite literally the infrastructure of Rapture, the wiring, the mechanics of how the city's functioning, and you realize that the city was made with some big problems.
Oh, really? So it wasn't even, like, made properly.
It was. The issue is that it was built properly, but it was built in a way that made repairs very, very hard to do.
Well, like, it's made under the sea, like under the water. Like, that's already a huge issue.
That is a huge issue.
You're making like an underwater city and you're complaining about like it being really hard. It's like, it's kind of hard to do everything under, because like literally if something falls apart, that's it. Everybody's dead. Like, goodbye everybody if something breaks, because like all the water is gonna flow. Oh my god. No, but well, I was playing this because, so, like, this remaster comes with a lot of, like...
Oh, yeah, the museum mode.
Well, there's the museum mode, which is kind of interesting, but then also there's, like, this, it's hosted by Jeff Keighley, which, but, you know, if you can sit through Jeff Keighley, no, Jeff Keighley's fine. He's just, like, a little bit obnoxious, but, like, so... Basically, with Ken Levine, they're sitting down and they're asking him, like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? And they're just talking about the production side of Bioshock and like what made them what led them to certain choices. And it was kind of interesting, like, hearing him talk about why they chose underwater. And it's like, it's not like some like interesting reason, like, oh man,
it's like, just why not?
Well, yeah, they said, like, he and his buddy said, like, it literally, they don't even remember why, but they assume it was just like, why don't we just do it underwater? And they're like, yeah, that's kind of weird, like, let's do that. Which is kind of cool, like, hearing him because, like, Jeff Keighley's sitting there and he's, like, talking about, like, oh my gosh, like, your game is revolutionary. What led you to these, like, insane, like, decisions?
Oh, remember this machine truss?
Oh, the Ammo Bandito?
Yeah. That thing that everyone loved and used.
The Ammo Bandito was a great machine.
I know, but when I played Bioshock, with the exception of, well, admittedly, I played on, like, whatever easy mode was, but I never had that many problems with getting ammo, so I rarely ever had to use the machines.
There we go. Yeah, but, like, they also said that originally when they designed, like, the City of Rapture and stuff, it was very much like this, kind of like closed tunnels, but there were, like, no windows. And they said that
it was going to play off the claustrophobia.
Well, no, it was like they were just designing it that way, but as, like, the design... I'm actually looking for a hidden room, if you're wondering what I'm doing.
Hidden room? Is it this one?
No, there's an area with, like, a key, and, like, you have to use telekinesis.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but, they said that they had to kind of redesign the art style because they were getting a little bit, like... They were starting to realize that they never ever felt like they were underwater at any point. They just felt like they were in, like, a spaceship or something. Because there was no way to tell because there were no windows or anything. It was just hallways. Yeah, also, man, the combat in this game is a ton of fun. I don't care, like, I know everybody says that, like, oh my gosh, Bioshock has terrible combat. No, the combat's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty satisfying.
It's satisfying in the same way that Dark Souls has satisfying combat.
Yeah,
it's awkward. It's awkward to show the difficulty of it.
Yeah, no, I'm completely lost. Like, there totally is a hidden room somewhere around here.
Let me see, I'm trying to look.
Here, I think I'm actually getting close. Yep, I found it. Okay. It's over here. I hear the birds yelling.
Oh, yeah. Because now I have a pet bird, and then your girlfriend
Emma
her pet bird off.
Emma wants you to take care of her Kugel.
What the hell kind of a name is Kugel?
Well, it's a type of pasta. Kugel noodles.
So your girlfriend named her pet bird after pasta.
Yeah, because she likes Kugel noodles. But...
oh, the fancy tubes.
Yeah, the fancy tubes, because they make the water go slower down here, these little circlies.
And then there are the super thin ones that make the water speed.
Oh no! Oh no! What are we gonna do? Okay. Well, I guess we can just stand in the water because there's no way out, but I realized we have to. We gotta get our Sonic back on.
Our Sanic.
Yeah, we gotta do our Sanics again. Like, I made a few commentaries and stuff on, like, the video game industry, and a lot of people really liked those, like, some of my thoughts. I did one on why Black Ops 3 Zombies is, like, a poop from a butt, and why I'm hoping that Infinite Warfare does the zombie mode significantly better, which did pretty well. So some people do want, like, video game commentaries, but there are also people who have been pestering us to continue Sanic, because we are lagging behind in the Sanic department.
Give me a minute and I'll eventually get to how this connects to Sanic, but are you familiar with the SCP Wiki at all?
Oh boy, alright, I can't wait to see how this connects to Sanic, but no, I have not heard of the SPV3.
Alright, the SCP Wiki is pretty much a website where...
I said SPV3, no, the SC...